It is estimated that electric vehicles will make up over 30% of new car sales globally. That's a significant jump from just a few years ago. The electric vehicle industry has been a hot topic in recent years, with many touting the potential benefits for the environment and economy. However, some skeptics remain unconvinced, pointing to potential drawbacks like range anxiety and charging infrastructure issues. Our goal today is to examine the world of electric vehicles through an objective lens. Will electric vehicles truly revolutionize transportation as we know it? Or are they destined to fall short of their ambitious promises? Let's dive in and find out. According to the latest data, EV sales have continued to rise, with the U.S. alone accounting for 9.7% of new EV registrations worldwide in 2022. Globally, EV sales have surpassed 10 million for the first time, and new electric car registrations in the U.S. have soared by over 40% compared to 2022. However, while the market growth is promising, some experts argue that affordability issues and limited charging infrastructure may hinder widespread adoption. Current projections indicate that EV sales in the U.S. may reach 8% in 2024, 14% in 2027, and 29% in 2030, slightly short of the 50% target set by President Biden. Nevertheless, 31 countries have surpassed a critical EV tipping point, with 5% of new car sales being purely electric, signaling the beginning of mass adoption. In the U.S., EV adoption rates are steadily increasing, with EV sales now making up 8.6% of the total new vehicle retail market. So with these impressive features and ongoing challenges, what does the future hold for electric vehicles? Let's continue to explore the pros and cons to gain a clearer understanding of their potential. Overview of major manufacturers and models dominating the market. The electric vehicle market has also seen a diverse range of manufacturers and models competing for dominance. Tesla, a pioneering force in the EV world, has captivated consumers with its sleek designs and cutting-edge technology. The Tesla Model 3 and Model Y have become popular choices, offering impressive range and performance. Chinese conglomerate BYD has emerged as a strong contender in the EV market, producing an astounding 3 million EVs in 2023 alone. Models like the Qin and Tang have experienced notable success in the Chinese market. German automaker Volkswagen is committing to a significant shift towards electric vehicles. Their ID.3 and ID.4 models have gained traction in Europe, reflecting the company's dedication to embracing an electric future. General Motors is also ramping up its EV production with models like the Chevrolet Bolt and the upcoming Hummer EV. This commitment to electric vehicles demonstrates GM's focus on remaining competitive in the expanding market. Lastly, American automaker Ford has introduced successful EVs such as the Mustang Mach-E and the F-150 Lightning, showcasing its dedication to staying relevant and innovative in the rapidly growing EV landscape. While these companies currently lead the EV industry, the future holds exciting market evolution and innovation potential. Observing how these manufacturers adapt and excel in the years to come will be fascinating. Government policies and incentives promoting EV usage. As electric vehicles gain momentum as a sustainable transportation solution, governments worldwide have implemented various policies and incentives to encourage their adoption. These initiatives aim to address challenges and foster growth in the EV market, focusing on key areas such as affordability, infrastructure, and technology. Many countries, including the United States, offer tax credits and rebates to EV buyers, helping to offset the higher upfront costs associated with purchasing electric vehicles. Stricter emission standards have compelled automakers to invest in cleaner technologies, driving the development and availability of new EV models. Also, governments have supported the expansion of charging infrastructure through grants, loans, and public-private partnerships. Improving access to charging stations is crucial in alleviating range anxiety and making EVs a more practical option for drivers. Some jurisdictions allow electric vehicles to use high-occupancy vehicle lanes even when carrying fewer passengers. This benefit will incentivize commuters seeking to save time on their daily journeys. Governments have also allocated funding to support advancements in EV technology, including battery performance and charging efficiency improvements. These investments contribute to the growing appeal of electric vehicles and their potential for widespread adoption. As electric vehicles continue to gain prominence, government policies and incentives will play a pivotal role in shaping their future. By addressing barriers and promoting growth, these incentives will help foster a more sustainable and efficient transportation landscape. Pros of electric vehicles. Environmental benefits. Unlike gasoline-powered vehicles, electric vehicles produce no tailpipe emissions. This results in reduced air pollution, contributing to cleaner air and improved public health, especially in densely populated urban areas. Electric vehicles help combat climate change by emitting fewer life-cycle greenhouse gases than conventional vehicles, even when accounting for emissions from electricity generation and battery production. As the grid becomes greener with increased adoption of renewable energy sources like wind and solar power, the environmental benefits of electric vehicles will continue to grow. Charging EVs with clean energy further reduces their carbon footprint. By transitioning to electric vehicles, we can take significant steps towards a more sustainable and eco-friendly transportation future. Economic advantages. Aside from their environmental benefits, electric vehicles also present several economic advantages. Electricity is generally cheaper than gasoline or diesel, and EVs are more energy efficient than traditional internal combustion engine vehicles. As a result, EV owners can save significantly on fuel costs over the lifetime of the vehicle. Electric vehicles also have fewer moving parts and require less maintenance than gasoline-powered cars. This results in lower overall maintenance costs, making EV ownership more cost-effective. Many governments offer tax credits, rebates, and other financial incentives to encourage EV adoption. These incentives help offset the higher upfront cost of purchasing an electric vehicle. Although EVs typically have a higher initial purchase price, their lower fuel and maintenance costs can lead to a lower total cost of ownership over time compared to gasoline-powered vehicles. The growing electric vehicle industry has the potential to stimulate economic growth and create new job opportunities in sectors such as manufacturing, charging infrastructure, and research and development. Technological innovations. Electric vehicles represent a significant leap forward in automotive technology, driven by innovations that improve performance, efficiency, and the overall driving experience. Continuous improvements in lithium-ion batteries have led to increased energy density, longer driving ranges, and faster charging times. Additionally, researchers are exploring alternative battery technologies, such as solid-state batteries, which promise even greater performance and safety. EV motors provide instant torque, delivering quick acceleration and a smoother driving experience compared to internal combustion engines. Advances in motor design and materials contribute to improved efficiency and power output. During braking, EVs can recapture kinetic energy to recharge the battery and extend the vehicle's range. This technology increases overall efficiency and reduces wear on the braking system. Many electric vehicles are equipped with advanced safety features such as automatic emergency braking, lane departure warnings, and adaptive cruise control. These technologies leverage sensors, cameras, and onboard computers to enhance safety and convenience for drivers. Cons of electric vehicles. Infrastructure limitations. The number of public charging stations is still limited in many areas, which can make long-distance travel and everyday charging difficult for EV owners. This is particularly true in rural areas or regions with low EV adoption rates. Also, different EV models require specific charging standards or connectors, which leads to compatibility issues between charging stations and vehicles. This lack of standardization can make charging more complicated and less accessible. Although charging times have improved, recharging an EV battery still takes significantly longer than refueling a gasoline-powered car. This is inconvenient for drivers, particularly on long trips. Fast charging stations are essential for enabling longer journeys and reducing charging times. However, they are not yet widely available, which is a significant barrier to EV adoption. As more EVs hit the road, the increased demand for electricity could strain local power grids, necessitating infrastructure upgrades and improved grid management systems. Economic challenges. The initial purchase price of EVs is generally higher than that of comparable gasoline-powered vehicles. Although tax incentives and rebates can help offset these costs, the price premium remains a barrier for many potential EV buyers. Also, the high cost of lithium-ion batteries is a significant contributor to the overall expense of electric vehicles. Although battery prices have decreased in recent years, further reductions are needed to make EVs more affordable. Due to their relatively low production volumes compared to gasoline-powered vehicles, electric vehicles are more expensive to manufacture. Achieving economies of scale will require increased demand and production levels, which is challenging in the short term. While charging an EV is generally cheaper than refueling a gasoline-powered car, electricity costs can vary depending on location and time of day. Moreover, public charging stations may charge higher fees compared to home charging, increasing overall ownership costs. As we weigh the pros and cons of electric vehicles, it becomes clear that while the path to widespread EV adoption is not without its challenges, the potential benefits are too significant to ignore fully. To realize the potential of EVs, we must address existing barriers such as limited charging infrastructure, high upfront costs, and power grid constraints. By fostering collaboration between governments, private companies, and consumers, we can accelerate the transition to a more sustainable transportation landscape. The future of electric vehicles rests on our ability to innovate and adapt. As technology evolves and policies shift, the balance will inevitably tip in favor of EVs. In the meantime, it is our collective responsibility to navigate this transformative journey and ensure a smooth transition towards a cleaner, more efficient, and economically viable electric vehicle future. We'd love to hear from you. Do you think electric vehicles are the future of transportation? What challenges do we need to address to accelerate EV adoption? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with the latest developments in electric vehicles, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining us in exploring the future of electric vehicles.